I don't want a bad, silly, cheesy version of T2. I
T2's
didn't
already
find
cheesy.
it. No, it's not.
T2 is a silly, silly film.
This is an insane conversation. You're listening to Poddy Mouth Radio, the home of movies, music, television, and comedy. We watch a thing. We watch a thing. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to We Watched a Thing with Billy and Dave. How are you, mate?
I am good.
That's good. I know that you've been looking forward to this one, so I'm curious to hear how it lived up to the hype.
The sequel to M3gan.
That's what they should have called it. That's what I'm going to call it. M3gan is an American science fiction action film. Notice the lack of the word horror in that genre there. Written and directed by Gerard Johnston from a story by he and Akala Cooper. A sequel to M3gan from 2022, of course. It stars Alison Williams, Violet McGraw, Ivana Sicaro, and Jermaine Clement. With Amy Donald portraying M3gan while Jenna Davis voices the character. And what is it about, Dave?
It is set a few years after the last film, and I'm not going to remember character names. Alison Williams' character. And Gemma and Katie, her niece, been sort of getting on with life, with as happens when you have a teenage daughter, having a slightly stilted, problematic relationship. She has moved on from being a builder of death robots to being an activist cautioning the perils of AI, as you would expect after the events of the first film. Meanwhile, another sexy female robot has kind of run amok on some government mission, and all said government folk come knocking at her door thinking that she's behind it, and through plot machinations they are forced to reboot and eventually reconstruct M3gan in order to be able to battle. Is it Amelia? Is that the other death robot?
Yeah.
And all sorts of fun shenanigans ensue.
I will do whatever it takes to protect Katie. What the hell is this? You put me in this plastic Teletubby?
Prove you can be trusted, maybe we'll give you an upgrade.
Interesting use of the word fun there. All right. So
yeah. Po-faced misery guts.
I've shown my cards too much. I'm curious to know what you thought of this film. So why don't you kick us off?
It was a lot of fun. I want another one. Give me my 4gan, my 5gan, my 6gan. I want them all. Still my favourite killer lady death child robot thing. He's done I think he's... And I know this is where a lot of people were alienated because they wanted the people that were complaining with the first film that there wasn't quite enough horror. There was it teased at it, but it was a little bit too much tongue in cheek. It's obviously lent more into that, and there's even less horror, if any, this time.
Oh, this isn't a horror film.
No, a lot of people will be offside and not like it. I think he went the right direction. I think the strengths of the first film were in the personality of M3gan and the humour that she brought through her character, I think. And leaning into that, I think, was the right move. I think it worked. I don't know if I like this more than the first one, but I certainly did like it.
Wow. Okay. Look, so this film is a straight-up remake of a far superior film.
Oh, this is so much better than T2. T2 is the most overrated film in cinema history.
This film is literally T2. And here's my issue with that is that, when last week when we said this is what we were doing and you said, it's better than Child's Play, it's like my favorite killer toy, killer robot type thing.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. And I love Child's Play, and I'm fine to have a campy... I mean, Child's Play is already camp, right? But...
Child's Play is in the same camp as Gremlins and Ghoulies and
M3gan just kind of really upped the camp and the cheese and the silliness of it all, and that's what made it fun. I was happy having a kind of bad, silly, cheesy, fun version of that in M3gan. I don't want a bad, silly, cheesy version of T2. I didn't
already
find
cheesy.
It. No, it's not.
T2 is a silly, silly film.
This is an insane conversation. You're going to watch this back and
The
realize
liquid metal shit makes no sense. There is no. So
you were going to watch this back and be so embarrassed.
We'll park Matugan for a second. So in the future, where they've got Arnie-type robots with a thin layer of flesh over them, and as we see from the flash forward scenes, combustion engine tanks and they're still burning fucking fossil fuels to drive their robot things around. You're telling me that they also have liquid metal technology, but they're not using it. They send back Arnie rather than the liquid metal fucking unstoppable death machine.
Yeah, because Arnie's an older model. They explain why they sent Arnie.
No, they don't.
They do.
It makes no sense.
No.
And then the liquid metal gets thrown out the window and they don't use it again because it was expensive. It's just Jim Cameron masturbating over the new technology he found.
Hang on. Who says they throw... Because you're talking about the sequels at that point.
Well, any of them. It is just that one film where you have this and it is purely, and I will not accept any argument for the reason that Robert Patrick's character is in there. It is purely Jim Cameron flexing his CGI muscles and showing what he could do with his new toys, which is what he has done with every film that he has made from T2 onwards.
This is just an insane take. I mean, where are you on the Abyss?
Sucks.
Where are you on the Abyss?
The Abyss is a nice film. There's some, it's also Jim Cameron.
Some very impressive CG in the Abyss.
Well, I'm not saying it's bad CG. It's very impressive. It just has no logical reason for being in the film other than the fact that he could do it. I quote from a film that I know you're fond of. Just because he could do it doesn't mean that he should do it.
This is where I don't understand you. And I know that we've been completely derailed, and we're not talking about Matugan right now. But how can you get shitty at the logic of the liquid metal while defending this fucking movie?
Because this movie is not taking itself as seriously as
But this
T2
is my
does.
problem. I don't want a bad, silly version of T2.
I genuinely don't think that Terminator... I like Terminator 2. I think it's I don't think it's a patch on the first Terminator, but I think it's a good film and I enjoy it. I think Edward Furlong is shit, and I don't like any scene that he's in. And I think the liquid metal thing is stupid and doesn't make sense. But it looks amazing, and I can put all that out of my mind and still enjoy it. I don't want to shit on it completely. I mean, I enjoy doing it because it's such a hot take, and I know people's hair stands on it. They think, oh my God, T2, it's the holy fucking grail. But in much the same way that Alien is better than Aliens, Terminator is better than T2.
Oh, 100% I agree with that statement.
But I would watch this film...
That's a fucked.
Before T2,
that's a
any
fucked
day of the
statement.
week.
That is such a bonkers thing to say. You are going to be so embarrassed watching this back tape.
No, he's 3 for 3 for me. I loved Housebound, I loved M3gan, and I like Matugan. He's
wow.
3 feature films.
See, I just found this film so... If it had leaned... this is a very silly film. This is much sillier than the first one. But it still doesn't lean into that enough. If this movie just came straight out and was like, yes, this is a parody, because that is what it is. This is a parody of T2.
See, I don't put this in with child. See, child's play films are silly fun because there is no way that doll is scary. It's 2 foot tall. You can kick it across a field, and there is no other unless you're asleep. Chucky is not killing you.
Oh, I disagree because that's what makes Chucky scary is that you're not expecting it. And that's exactly the point with Megan. That's exactly the point with Megan. It's a young girl. You're not meant to expect it.
It's a young girl that moves like a fucking ninja and has combat training and all. Even if you
and Chucky has the soul of a serial killer.
But he's still a 2 foot tall fucking toy. She is a death robot who just happens to have a and that's why it works and why it was as fun as it was.
I don't know. When I first saw the trailer for this film, which revealed what it is, that M3gan is now essentially a superhero that's hunting down a bad version of it, I was like, holy shit. This is just a wild next move because I was not expecting that to be what this movie was in a million years. And then watching it was even worse than watching the trailer. I really got very little enjoyment out of this film.
Thing. When you're antagonist in the first film is so wildly popular and the thing that takes off and the thing that everyone loves, you make it you make it the hero or a good guy in the next one and come up with a new bad because everyone likes even more than Arnie in Terminator. M3gan in the first film was like fucking Wednesday. You know, she took off unexpectedly and just became this meme-worthy thing that everyone loved. So unless you're going to retread the first film and just have her somehow miraculously come back to life like Freddy Krueger and then you go through basically a retread of the first film, how do you flip it? Well, you flip it by unashamedly ripping on T2. We know that. They're not trying to hide that. It's such a cookie-cutter copy of that premise.
Yeah.
That you know, I don't think they're trying to hide that. I think it's deliberate. But they've followed that model and gone, okay, well, they need to resurrect the first bad guy to fight the new bad guy. Okay, well, it works for me.
Yeah, it just didn't work for me, sadly.
Did the humour land? One of the things I love about this is I found all of the humour her voice
really.
Performance, I think, is incredible. I think she is so engaging and so funny.
Yeah, see, this was my biggest problem with it, is that I found all of the humour really forced and lazy. And I didn't find any of the humour actually funny. Like, I didn't laugh once in this film. I felt like the film was constantly wanting me to laugh. And I just wasn't. Look, maybe I was in a bad mood or something.
No, didn't do anything.
No.
Hold on to your vaginas.
That is such a crap line. That is so like, oh, we said vaginas, laugh at that. There's nothing funny about that line. There's nothing funny about it. No, there's not.
Did you laugh at the Kate Bush needle drop? Come on, at least that scene must have landed. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you misery guts.
Everything about this film was just so meh. And I was looking forward to it. Like I said, after the first one, I was looking forward to it until I saw a trailer. Maybe the trailer got me too negative going into it. Like maybe I would have had a better experience if everything was a complete surprise.
Yep.
But I just found that the direction the film went in was just it was too silly to make it work for me.
Yeah, I'm sad for you.
But let's talk about some other things about it that you liked, because so far I've just taken over.
I think Alison Williams and what's her name? The girl from Haunting a Hill House.
Yeah, I liked her.
I think she's great.
Violet McGraw.
Yeah, and considering, I feel like I've seen her in a million things, but it's literally these two films and Haunting of Hill House. I think that's the only things I've seen her in. But
I do like both of them, and I do think that they are good in the film.
I think, they're both things. I think the voice performance of the kind of Disney actress that does the voice of M3gan, I think she is outstanding. I think, obviously, they've given her a kind of GLaDOS from Portal filter on her to make her sound robot-y, but I think that her delivery is really good. And for me, the humour of her lines really landed. I thought I really enjoyed all of that stuff. Because you don't actually get M3gan in a M3gan body until kind of the final act.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, it's kind of more like, what was it called? A Frey-eyed. Where she's in the house security system and in a little sort of fucking Furby body thing, whatever it is. And the voice still worked for me. So I liked all of that. I think the violence was there. There was some nice gore, which I think was in the first film. That was what kind of worked for me, is that you had this kind of slightly more serious, but still a kind of child's play film. But there was full-on when the violence came, it really came. And I think that they delivered on that front as well in this. I think I just really gel with, what's his name, Jared Johnston's sense of humour. I don't think you've seen Housebound yet.
I haven't, no.
Our good friend Sammy put me onto that.
Because I was going to say that's a straight-up Kiwi film, yeah?
Yeah, because he's a Kiwi director, and that's he had this horror film about... I think I had it when years ago now. It would have been when we did our underrated horror film set. I think I had it in my top 10 then. So yeah, Sam put it in his list when he was on the countdown of Kiwi films, and it was one of the few that I hadn't seen. So I went out and saw it, and I absolutely loved it. You would really like it.
Yeah.
Definitely seek it out. I think it's in my Plex library, so you can just dive in there. But yeah, it again is one of the best films I've seen for balancing. It's actually scary, but it's really funny.
Yeah.
Part of that is because it's New Zealand accents, which is just inherently funny. But
while we're on New Zealand accents, can I ask where you were on Jermaine Clement in the film?
look, no one has ever accused him of being a good actor.
He's just so distracting for me.
He is.
It's like, I know that this
but
film
somehow
is...
I always like him.
For me, it was the point where I was like, I know that this is a silly film, but this is the point where you are physically telling me that this is a comedy. This is the point where you're telling me that this is closer to Austin Powers than it is to T2.
They couldn't afford Taika Waititi, and Jermaine Clement's the kind of the next best option if you want to stick a Kiwi actor in that only appears in things that are meant to be funny.
Yeah, because you see him and your brain just goes, funny. And I was like, oh, okay, this is really telling me now that it's an SNL film or something. This isn't to be taken seriously at all.
Maybe because I watched Legion, which he was an ongoing major role in, still being Jermaine.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, is it Men in Black 3 that he's in as the bad guy.
It wouldn't be
various other things. Most things, that was Lara Flynn Boyle, wasn't it? Most things that he's in, as you say, he's there to telegraph the fact that this is a comedy. We know he doesn't act well, but he's funny because he's Jermaine Clement. And just having him there sets a tone for the film, like sticking Taika Waititi in a cameo. It pitches, this is the film that you're watching. I don't kind of take him quite in the same way that I would with Taika. I don't, because of Legion, which he's not funny in, and it's not a funny show. He doesn't derail things the way Taika Waititi does in something like, what's it called? Is it The Adam Project? No, Free Guy.
Didn't see that either.
Ryan Reynolds is very quickly becoming persona non grata, so don't bother now. He didn't derail me.
How are you scoring M3gan then?
Oh, look, I think I might have been a 4 out of 5 or something on M3gan. And look, this is a little bit more all over the place, even though there's a lot of stuff I like. It's a bit more chaotic. I'm going to go 3.5 on Letterboxd. Yeah, fuck it, because I know you're going to be really mean. I'm going to say 7. I was going to say 6.5, but I'm going to say 7.
All right, I'm a 3.
Yeah, oh my God. You miserable cunt.
Well, next week we don't even know what we're getting to yet. It might be a movie if there's something good out. Maybe it'll be a top 5. Maybe it'll be a required viewing. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll chat about that in the coming days. But in the meantime, if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that at poddymouthradio.com or poddymouthradio@gmail.com. Go and join the Poddy Mouth Radio Facebook listener community. If you're not watching this on YouTube, then go check out our YouTube where we've got all kinds of stuff. Dave has been working his magic over there. And we'll catch you next week.
Indeed we will. Go watch M3gan.
Sure.